The View hosts have got themselves into hot water again after they did the very thing they purport to be against.
I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10.
Oh my goodness! Grab your seats and hold on to your pearls because the bombshell that just dropped at The View is absolutely earth-shattering. Joy Behar's sudden and completely unexpected exit has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry that are still reverberating from coast to coast. And darling, let me tell you, this isn't just your regular television drama. This is a full-blown Hollywood earthquake that's registering off the Richter scale. The burning question on everyone's perfectly glossed lips is whether that explosive lawsuit from Karoline Leavitt, yes, that Karoline Leavitt, was the final push that sent our controversial queen tumbling from her throne. Let's be honest here. We all know Joy's never been one to sugarcoat her opinions or play nice for the cameras. She's been stirring the pot and causing media firestorms since before some of her critics were even born. But this time, oh honey, this time she might have finally crossed that invisible line she's been tap dancing on for years. The backlash has reached such unprecedented levels that even my most reliable sources inside ABC are saying they've never seen anything quite like it.
I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10.
Karoline Leavitt only secured her position because of her good look.
Now pour yourself something strong because I'm about to spill the scalding hot tea about how this entire catastrophe unfolded. Picture this scene, if you will. It's just another day at The View, with Joy perched in her usual spot, wearing that signature look of hers that says she's about to drop a controversial bomb. The topic turns to Karoline Leavitt, Donald Trump's press secretary, and that's when Joy decides to unleash what can only be described as the mother of all inappropriate comments. In a moment that will go down in daytime television infamy, she actually suggested, and I still can't believe she went there, that Leavitt wasn't hired for her impressive qualifications or extensive experience, but simply because Trump considered her a 10. The audacity, the sheer nerve, the absolute tone deafness of it all. The moment those words left her lips, you could literally feel the temperature in the studio drop faster than ratings during a rerun season. The audience's reaction? Darling, it was like watching a collective cardiac arrest in slow motion. The gasps were so loud I heard them echoing through my television screen. And the other hosts? Their faces were an absolute masterclass in "oh no she didn't" expressions. We're talking wide eyes, dropped jaws, and the kind of uncomfortable glances that speak volumes without saying a word. But here's where it gets absolutely delicious. And trust me, the irony is richer than a triple chocolate cake. Joy, our self-proclaimed champion of feminism, our supposed warrior for women's empowerment, had just reduced a highly qualified professional woman to nothing more than her appearance. The hypocrisy was so thick you could cut it with a knife and serve it for dinner. Here's a woman who has spent years, positioning herself as this great defender of female empowerment. And in one fell swoop, she managed to undermine everything she claimed to stand for. Social media? Honey, it was like watching a volcano eruption in real time. Twitter nearly crashed from the sheer volume of outraged responses. The criticism wasn't just coming from the usual suspects, we're talking about an avalanche of disapproval from every corner of the political spectrum. Even some of Joy's most ardent supporters were left scratching their heads, wondering how they could possibly defend this one. Initially, Joy tried to brush it off in that classic way of hers. You know, that dismissive wave of the hand, that eye roll that suggests everyone else is being too sensitive, that it was just a joke defense she's perfected over the years. But darling, this time that well-worn playbook wasn't going to cut it. This wasn't just another View controversy that would disappear faster than a pizza at a Weight Watchers meeting. No, this was different. This was the match that would ignite an inferno.
Though it's not her first job, it was her first press briefing.
Karoline Leavitt only secured her position because of her good look.
Democracy. And if you're a deranged lunatic and you're mentally ill, you will believe that lie, and yes, you will.
Just when everyone thought the situation couldn't possibly get any more dramatic, bam! Karoline Leavitt decided to take things to a whole new level. And let me tell you, she didn't just respond with a strongly worded tweet or an angry Instagram post. Oh no, honey, she went straight for the nuclear option. She slapped Joy with a lawsuit so thick it could double as a doorstop. We're not just talking about a simple complaint here. This legal document is a masterpiece of accusations, defamation, character assassination, malicious intent, the whole 9 yards and then some. My sources tell me the lawsuit argues that Joy's comments weren't just harmful. They were deliberately calculated to discredit Leavitt in the public eye. Can you believe it? Well, actually, maybe you can, because this is Joy we're talking about. The legal drama turned into the hottest ticket in town faster than front row seats at Fashion Week. Every legal expert with a law degree and a working microphone was suddenly weighing in on whether Joy's catty comments could actually be considered slander. Some of these experts were painting such a grim picture it had ABC executives reaching for their antacids by the handful. The network found itself caught in the crosshairs of what might be the biggest legal spectacle to hit daytime television since ever. And darling, when I tell you this story has more layers than a couture wedding cake, I mean it. Because this wasn't just about Joy anymore. This was about ABC's reputation, The View's future, and the very nature of public discourse in our media landscape.
The View hosts have got themselves into hot water again after they did the very thing they purport to be against. Karoline Leavitt only secured her position because of her good look.
Now, let me share some piping hot insider tea, straight from my impeccable sources within ABC's hallowed halls. Behind those pristine network walls, absolute chaos was unfolding. We're talking emergency meetings being called at all hours, executives practically living in their conference rooms, and enough stress to keep every therapist in New York City booked solid for months. The View's staff? Completely divided. It was like watching the world's most dramatic family feud play out in real time. Some staff members were standing firmly in Team Joy, defending her like she was the last piece of chocolate in a room full of PMSing women. Others? They were huddled in corners, whispering that maybe, just maybe, it was time for the Queen of Controversy to give up her crown. The network bigwigs were throwing around more options than a bride at a wedding dress fitting. Suspension, public apology, complete termination. Everything was on the table. And honey, that table was groaning under the weight of all the possibilities. Sources tell me the tension was so thick in those executive meetings, you could cut it with a knife and serve it as the main course at a 5-star restaurant. But here's where it gets even juicier. Joy, true to her nature, wasn't backing down. She was standing her ground like a stubborn stain on a white designer dress. While everyone around her was begging for an apology, she remained more defiant than a toddler refusing bedtime. She tried to downplay the situation, but darling, this volcano had already erupted, and the lava was spreading faster than gossip at a beauty salon. As the days ticked by and that lawsuit gained more traction than a trending hashtag, even Joy's most devoted supporters started to see the writing on the wall. And that writing? It was in bright, bold letters spelling out exit. Then, in a moment that sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry stronger than a double espresso shot, ABC dropped the mother of all bombshells. Joy Behar was out. The announcement hit harder than high heels on marble floors. This online commentator practically screamed, "Disgusting Joy Behar of The View!" The internet absolutely exploded. We're talking nuclear level meltdown here. Everyone was asking the same question. Did she jump or was she pushed? The timing, coming so soon after the lawsuit drop, had everyone's gossip sensors tingling like a sixth sense for scandal. ABC tried to play it cool with their statement, all vague and diplomatic like a politician avoiding a direct question. But honey, we all know what that kind of corporate speak really means in Hollywood. The public reaction was more divided than a restaurant bill at a high school reunion. Conservatives were popping champagne bottles like it was New Year's Eve, while liberals were clutching their pearls so tight they might need new ones.
Especially coming from Joy Behar, who is as woke as they come and positions herself as a champion of feminism.
I think Claire, she's probably been put in there because according to Donald Trump, she's a 10.
Karoline Leavitt only secured her position because of her good looks.
Democracy. And if you're a deranged lunatic and you're mentally ill, you will believe that lie, and yes, you will.
But wait, there's more. This drama is far from over, sweetie. In fact, we're just getting to the juicy part. ABC might have shown Joy the door faster than a reality show contestant getting eliminated, but that lawsuit? It's still hanging over their heads like a designer chandelier with loose screws. Some insiders are whispering, and these are the kind of whispers that turn into screams, that this could be just the beginning of a complete View makeover. We're talking changes bigger than a Hollywood star's natural transformation. The future of The View without Joy? It's like trying to imagine a sundae without the cherry on top. Technically possible, but will it ever be the same? The gap she's leaving is bigger than the plot holes in a summer blockbuster. ABC is scrambling to figure out their next move like a chess player who just lost their queen. The questions swirling around are juicier than a celebrity divorce. Will ABC cave and settle with Leavitt faster than a Hollywood marriage? Will Joy make a comeback worthy of a Broadway musical? And the biggest question of all, can The View survive this scandal? Or is this the beginning of its final season? Because let's be honest, darling, this kind of drama leaves marks deeper than Botox can fix. The show has weathered its fair share of storms before. We're talking Category 5 hurricanes of controversy, but this one feels different. With public trust in mainstream media already hanging by a thread thinner than a model's patience at an all-you-can-eat buffet, The View might never recover from this spectacular fallout. One thing's crystal clear, this is the kind of television drama that makes The Real Housewives look like a church book club. Joy Behar, who's been serving piping hot takes on The View for longer than some influencers have been alive, is now facing an uncertain future more mysterious than a masked singer's identity. Meanwhile, ABC is frantically trying to keep their ship from sinking faster than viewing figures during a technical difficulty. So, darlings, what's your take on this absolutely scandalous situation? Was Joy unfairly pushed off her throne like a modern-day media Marie Antoinette? Or did karma finally come collecting with interest? Will The View ever recapture its magic without her particular brand of controversy? Or is this the beginning of the end for daytime TV's most talked about table? Don't forget to spill your thoughts in the comments below. We're dying to hear your hot takes on this scalding situation. And while you're at it, smash that like button harder than Joy smashed her chances of a quiet exit, hit subscribe faster than ABC's damage control team hits panic, and turn on those notifications. Because trust me, honey, this scandal is just getting started, and you won't want to miss a single juicy detail of what happens next. Stay tuned for more updates on this absolutely riveting drama, because in the world of daytime TV, the real show always happens behind the scenes. And this show, it's just getting started. Remember, in Hollywood, today's scandal is tomorrow's comeback story. And something tells me this particular story has more chapters than a celebrity memoir. Keep watching, keep commenting, and keep the gossip flowing, because this drama is far from over.